Now, you might be a music teacher like me or some other service provider who is selling their time for money, and you're feeling like you're in the rat race and you're wondering, how do I get out of this? I'm exhausted. I'm tired of chasing clients. I'm tired of chasing this, that, and the other thing. I don't have time for my family. And I could really use a nap. So I know exactly how you feel. I used to teach, 50, 60 students a week. I was teaching, sometimes until 10 o'clock at night. I was teaching on the weekends. And it's exhausting. It really is exhausting. And, I had more and more people who wanted to fill my schedule. And I was just like, I can't do this. So for me at the time, I thought the only way to really leverage time and grow a business was to start hiring other people. Okay. And then a few years later, 3 brick and mortar locations with 26 employees, I realized there's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. And I still have, 2 of the brick and mortar locations. We lost one during COVID, but we still have 2 of the brick and mortar locations, and we still have a bunch of employees. But I have people to help me now because it's a lot of work growing a music school business. So what I did instead was I kind of pivoted into online, because once I opened 3 music school locations, I wasn't working in the business. I didn't have students anymore. I kind of weaned out all my students and I was working on the business. Okay. What happened was I really missed the teaching aspect of it. I really did miss the teaching aspect. And I said, okay, what can I do? What can I do that allows me to fulfill this passion for teaching, but not have to be locked down to a location that I need to be here Mondays, 3 to 10 or whatever that time is, because life was getting busy and I needed flexibility in my schedule. So I said, I'm going to go online and try this YouTube thing, because, I can create content and it will allow me to build a business. And I did that for a number of years and wasn't really getting anywhere. The first 2 years on YouTube were pretty pitiful. I always tell people, I uploaded my first video and it was 1 view. And it was probably me just making sure I had uploaded the video correctly. So, I get so many clients who reach out to me, mostly musicians, who are like, okay, I really want to start phasing out my one-on-one teaching. I really I'm just getting exhausted. I'm trying to do the group lesson thing and I'm just tired and I want more time for myself. I want more time for my family. And I feel like I'm chasing my own tail here. It's like the rat race, literally. And I tell teachers okay, the best thing that you can do, one, is to stop overloading yourself with more and more clients. There's only so many people that you can teach in a week. And going to groups is a great way to make more money in any type of service, whether you're a fitness person, whether you're a musician like myself and you're teaching guitar, piano, or whatever. If you can teach many to one, you can make more money, but you're still selling your time for money. And that's where people come to me, because they're like, I want to stop selling my time for money. And I said, then you need to make a course. All right, we need to make something so that even when people inquire if you're full or you're starting a waiting list, you can sell them a course. You can make money off those people while they're waiting on your waiting list. Or if you can't help them, maybe you're too expensive for them, then you can say, hey, well, I have this mini course. You could go buy that for X number of dollars and still make money off the person. So that's a win-win. Now, the thing is, once you have a course, it doesn't mean a bunch of people are going to buy it. You have to start creating a brand. And a lot of studio owners that I work with, they kind of have a brand around their studio. Even me, I had a brand around, first my private studio and then around my music school. But I didn't really have a good online presence. Even with YouTube, like I said, I uploaded my first video, I got 1 view. So you get a lot of people who are going onto YouTube and going onto social media thinking they're going to make tons of money right off the bat. And I just want to let you know, it doesn't happen that way. Most of the people I've worked with, it takes, usually a couple years for things to get going, for that momentum to start building. But I have worked with some clients who've made great money online, and they're starting to ask the questions about the work-life balance, being like, I don't have to take all these students, but understand in the beginning, you are going to have to maintain that one-on-one business until you can start transitioning out. I have one client, his name's Cameron, and he messages me all the time and he's like, I just replaced 1 student, or I just replaced 2 students. And so it's cool because he's making money and he has that long-term goal of being like, okay, like I know I'm not going to make like $1 million today. Maybe over the course of a few years I could do that, but like my goal right now is just to replace one student, or my goal is to replace two students, and then eventually my goal is, can I replace a whole day of teaching? And the more and more you can do that, the more motivating it becomes to work on content, because that's the hard grind for a lot of content creators. Is you're putting all this content out, you're editing. I mean, look at this channel here. I think I have 800 subscribers with the release of this video. You know, I'm not really killing it here right now, but I understand that I'm creating a new brand, creating a new channel, and that takes time to grow. It really, even with all the experience in the world, it takes time to grow a YouTube channel. And anyone who tells you that they can give you some magic pill to grow from 0 to 100,000 subscribers overnight is really bullshitting you, because it takes time. And are there ways to do things a little bit faster? Yeah, you could do stuff with Google Ads, and I have a video up here to show you how you can use Google Ads to promote your channel. But if you do it in the wrong way, you could hurt your channel too. So you really, really have to be careful. And there's so many great social media platforms out there to build a brand. There's Instagram, there's TikTok. I have one client, drum teacher, he kills it on Instagram. And I'm like, dude, like keep going heavy on Instagram, because it's working for you. Like YouTube's working for me. I admit, I'm not the greatest at Instagram, but I'm getting more and more people now who are talking with me on Instagram and buying courses. So like I'm building that. But for me, YouTube is still like the biggest. And then my website. Okay, so I use YouTube and I use my website to find and gain clients. If you're someone who's in that rat race of, selling time for money, selling time for money, selling time for money, you need to pivot and make a switch. And you have to figure out what game you're going to play. Now, the online course business, it takes time. It really does. And if you're looking to save time first, what I would do is, if you're teaching one-on-one, see if you can create some doubles or triples. All right. That's a great way to free up your time and keep making the same amount of money. Okay. So maybe you have usually you do 30-minute lessons. Okay. And maybe you're gonna be like, all right, great. I'm going to give you, for the same price, I'm going to give you a 45-minute lesson, but there's going to be someone else in your class. So now you can kind of blend these people together. You can charge the same price as 2 half hours equals an hour. Now you're giving it for 45 minutes. You just save 15 minutes of your time. And again, you could reduce your schedule to free up a day to do content creation. Because even for me, it was hard to create that content in the beginning. I was lugging equipment over to my music school, and I didn't really have a room to create in. So I was kind of, that was one of the pluses I learned from the beginning, batch recording. So I was batch recording stuff right from the get-go, just based on my recording studio and availability. Was I had to do that because I'd have to break everything down, because teachers would be coming in the afternoon and start teaching, and I couldn't have all this equipment set up in the teaching space. So once you start weaning down your one-on-one, you can really focus on creating content. I do admit that I had a benefit that I had another business that I supported myself, but even in that business, I was weaning away from the one-on-one. So as I got more teachers who were coming in and making more income for the business, I would slowly start dropping a day, and I'd be like, okay, drop 1 day, drop 2 days, drop 3 days. So what I'm telling you, even though it's slightly different, you're going from doing one-on-one right to online. I went from one-on-one to growing a business, which took a long time, to then going online. Okay. So you're kind of skipping a step, and in full transparency, I wish I didn't start the music school. It was the only way I thought that I could grow and scale a business. And now I realize the more scalable and better option is online. I think it maybe takes a little bit longer in terms of getting things going, but in terms of having flexibility of time, it's definitely the better option. So if you're someone who is really, really considering going the YouTube option, I'd highly recommend you watch that video over there where I talk about the pros and cons of being a YouTuber. There are some amazing pros, but there are some cons that come along with it, and you should know what you're getting into before you dive headfirst into YouTube.